Jason's surprised when Travis says he won't be retiring due to Taylor's podcast advice. The Kelce brothers published a new edition of their podcast on Wednesday, February 19th. Jason asked Travis, "Hey Travis, how are you feeling after the Super Bowl?" with excitement at the start of the chat. "Oh, of course, the stress reduction is the most noticeable thing," Travis remarked with a giggle. "Oh, that's fantastic, and remember to get a little exercise," Jason replied. "It will support you in keeping up your fitness level." "Of course, man, it's pretty important," remarked Travis. "It will be more difficult for you to rejoin the game if you forget it." "Wow, you're definitely going to play," Jason remarked. Travis replied, "Oh, of course! Man, another award! I don't want to waste the remaining 2 years of my contract." Then the two Kelce brothers burst out laughing. "This has sparked a lot of interest among our audience," Jason remarked. "Do you believe this is anything to celebrate?" "Oh, I'm celebrating this too," remarked Travis. "To be honest, Taylor, she inspired me to keep competing." Surprisingly, Jason said, "OMG, so you compete because of her?" Travis replied, "Not really, bro, it's more of a piece of advice." Jason exclaimed, "Excellent! That counsel is genuine and accurate." "Oh," said Travis, "thank you." "Hey Travis, what's new this past week?" Jason asked after the Super Bowl. "Like taking a Valentine's Day vacation?" "Oh, of course, bro," responded Travis, laughing. "Our trip was simply unforgettable." Jason exclaimed, expressionless. "What? Are we present? Does that imply that Taylor and you went on a trip together?" "Oh yeah," responded Travis, looking bashful. "We just went on a hot air balloon ride." Travis shook his head and laughed, as though he was also incredulous. Jason laughed. "Travis, what the devil? Floating in a wicker basket, one of the NFL's toughest players?" "Don't laugh," remarked Travis with a shrug. "At first I wasn't sure, but Taylor was so delighted, and I couldn't help but say yes when I saw the joy in her eyes." "Really?" Jason scowled in amusement. "What was the outcome? You can't claim to be terrified of heights." "Well, not scared, just a little nervous," said Travis with a sour laugh. My heart was pounding more quickly than it had on the football field as the balloon took off. However, Taylor was standing just behind me, fully at ease, and I was only clinging to the basket, because the air was making me feel a little lightheaded. Jason chuckled. "Wow, that's a sight I never thought I'd see. A scared Travis Kelce." "Come on," urged Travis, laughing. "I'm not afraid. It's simply not accustomed to it, but I must say that the aerial view was breathtaking as I began to unwind. Golden fields, a lake reflecting the blue sky, and tiny houses that resembled toys. Everything appeared to be a painting." "It sounds good," said Jason, nodding. "Above all, though, was it romantic?" Travis folded his arms across his chest and reclined in his chair. "Dude, hurry up. The outing was unexpectedly quiet. Taylor even performed a portion of Cruel Summer while admiring the landscape below. It reminded me of a scene from a movie, I promise." Jason shook his head and laughed. "A film? Bro, you're living in a fantasy world." With his eyes averted, Travis laughed and said, "Yeah, maybe. And I don't mind." "Congrats, dude," Jason said. "I'd like to see how you respond if Taylor asks you to attend the high school dance the next time." According to Travis, "Oh, that's great because I've done that a lot." Jason said, "You guys had a memorable Valentine's Day together anyway." The two Kelce brothers then burst out laughing. Both, on and off the field, Travis Kelce has always been recognized for his extravagant attitude. In addition to being one of the NFL's most formidable tight ends, the Kansas City Chiefs standout is known for being a fun-loving, gregarious person whose enthusiasm never seems to wane. But those closest to him say that something has changed. Jason Kelce, who never holds back when talking about his younger brother, recently shared how he has seen Travis undergo a significant change. The former Eagles center acknowledged on a podcast this week that his brother is changing in unexpected ways. What is the motivation behind this? According to Jason, it's all due to one specific influence. He remembered a period when Travis adopted a more relaxed way of living. "He was kind of like Peter Pan and the Lost Boys," Jason said. However, the relationship is shifting these days. "It's been staggering, honestly," he said candidly. "Even former NFL quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick, who participated in the conversation, noted how much Travis appeared to have grown up when he recently spent time with him, demonstrating how noticeable the transformation has been. Fitzpatrick even made a joke about Travis's home lacking a couch in the past. Jason made it apparent that someone important had contributed to the change, even if he did not specifically explain why. "I think sometimes you get people in your life that maybe get that out of you," he stated. Naturally, Travis's relationship with international superstar Taylor Swift has been the most significant development in his personal life over the last 2 years. Since going public, the two have been in the public eye often, and many people have been wondering how the romance has affected the NFL player. Jason claims that the change has been constructive in spite of all the outside attention. He clarified that his younger brother isn't the same person he was before Swift entered his life, even if he assured supporters that Travis still possesses the same youthful zeal he has always had. What comes next is still up in the air. After his most recent Super Bowl victory, Travis has made references to his potential retirement. In addition to signaling the end of an era for the Chiefs, his departure would also represent a significant change for a player who seems to be changing both on and off the field. In their more than a year of dating, the contented pair has told many tales, including Travis's previous transgressions with the Big Easy. This included being suspended from the Cincinnati Bearcats football team in 2010 following a positive drug test. Cincinnati was in New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl against the Florida Gators. Kelce was forced to sit out the game when the NCAA conducted drug testing, and the Bearcats were 12-0 going into the game. "History seemingly will not repeat itself," Travis once remarked. "Bring me back to my former residence in New Orleans." After earning a spot in the Super Bowl, Kelce told Swift and his mother, Donna Kelce, on the field at Arrowhead Stadium, "I owe New Orleans a little something." "Yeah, I won't be having as much fun that night," says Travis. In addition, Kelce declared that he would not be carrying any hand grenades to New Orleans. The combination of vodka, rum, gin, and melon liqueur in the drink is intended to make you feel intoxicated rapidly. Since the event 15 years ago, Kelce has been vocal about his failed drug test. He later gave gratitude to his older brother Jason, Kelce for helping him go straight when he was on the verge of quitting football due to the suspension. In 2023, Kelce told Vanity Fair, "I was down in New Orleans listening to Lil Wayne and I wanted to smoke what he was smoking. I'm just sitting in the water, lifeless. All I wanted to do was leave. I didn't want to look at anyone because I felt so humiliated." It's safe to conclude that Kelce's situation has improved, as he will be able to play in his final game at the stadium where he was benched during one of the most important Bearcats games ever. More than 3 months after her Eras Tour sold out the Caesars Superdome several times, Swift is anticipated to attend the Super Bowl in an opulent suite. According to reports, Travis Kelce intends to keep quiet for the next few weeks after being in the spotlight for the past 5.5 months as his Kansas City Chiefs attempted to win their 3rd consecutive Super Bowl and become the first team in NFL history. This offseason, Kelce must choose what are perhaps the 2 most important decisions of his life: when to pop the question to his longtime girlfriend Taylor Swift, and whether to retire or return for his 13th NFL season. Since the Chiefs set the Pro Bowl pass catcher a concrete deadline of March 14th, when his $11.25 million roster bonus takes effect, fans know about when to expect Kelce to make the first decision. Regarding the second, however, they remain in the dark. After Super Bowl 59 last weekend, some even thought Kelce could pop the question to Swift, even though many people anticipated him to do so after the season concluded. According to a recent story, the 35-year-old NFL player intends to spend some time with Swift before making any significant life decisions, and will pop the question on his terms rather than everyone else's. They have not yet been engaged. He finds all of these speculations hilarious because getting engaged straight after the Super Bowl wasn't the original idea.